I'm not a comic book crackhead. All my knowledge regarding comic book lore are from movies, TV shows, and any physical media. This review is not a lore accuracy fact check or dissection. Adaptation means changes, and alteration is always welcome as long as it makes the story of the adapted media better. With that out of the way, let's continue. Finally! Before I start praising this film to the moon, let me just tell you how good I think this film is. If the third film is as good as this one, the Dark Knight trilogy will be bumped down to the second best superhero trilogy of all time in my mind. Still God tier, but this franchise is looking really good right now. If you don't know, the Dark Knight trilogy is one of the greatest movie trilogies, the greatest superhero trilogy, not one of. The others are not even close, and this Spider-Verse trilogy, I hope it has more than 3 installments, is at least on par with the Dark Knight trilogy. Finally, someone giving Christopher Nolan a run for its money. His god-tier Batman trilogy will no longer dominate the superhero genre in terms of quality. Heath Ledger is still the greatest comic book movie villain, no one can touch him yet. And this movie's Spot is nowhere near that level, but he has potential to be one of the top villains. We'll have to see the next film. I'm just talking about the movie in general, god-tier. The movie starts with a prologue introducing Gwen's life, which is super effective and straight to the chase. This is what I love about the film. The pacing and the quantity of content are all adjusted very well. Every scene, every second, there are like multiple layers of stuff both physically and emotionally, and while all of that is going on, the story is still progressing in every scene and it all connects together seamlessly. This makes the film so rich and I can't keep my eyes off the screen for 1 second. Not one, because no matter what I miss, I feel like I miss out on something important. No matter if it is the 2 best buds looking at the city upside down or Gwen and his dad silently staring at the ground, everything has a meaning and a reason to exist that either pushes the character forward or developing the story which will affect one another down the line. And every character, I mean every character, literally, is fleshed out so well. Even someone who only appeared in one scene is so well done that I can form a very close connection with them. I can understand their entire character and story, all of this due to the brilliant script that is able to jam-pack everything together. And the runtime is amazing as well. The best time I've had in the theater is when a movie is so good that I don't want it to end, regardless of how many hours it has been. After I finished this film, I look at my phone and it's only 10 minutes over 2 hours. I was shocked as the film had so much in it. I feel like it has been 3 hours at least, and I still don't want it to stop. Towards the end, I had a feeling that the third act was coming, and I had the feeling it was going to do the to be continued stuff, but I just don't want it to end. If it continues on for another 5 or 6 hours, I would just sit there and never take my eyes off the screen, never go to the toilet, never eat, never drink, never sleep. I'll probably lose my job for not showing up, but this movie is just that amazing. And the animation, the thing that got people talking so much about the first film, which is one of its many amazing qualities, I feel like it got a very significant upgrade this time. Last time we were all amazed by how the different art styles were jammed together. This time it continues to add more stylish animation while keep on breaking new grounds on the older animation style. The colors are used to great effect, showing the character's emotional state, especially during Gwen and her dad's exchange. Absolutely gorgeous. Whenever the two are on screen, you just can't help but enjoy this beautiful animation style or whatever it's on screen. Every main character in the film gets a complete story, even though that is just half the story. Like The Empire Strikes Back, within half the story, every character grows, the villains become more powerful, the heroes having more and more odds stacked against them, and it ends at a very high note with the heroes in trouble and the villains basically starting to destroy everything. The epic feel is there for the overall story, and the small scale personal stuff is there too for each character. Gwen went from someone who can't connect with anyone to finally open herself up to the possibility of making new connections. Miles went from someone who feels alone to finally embracing the people around him. Spot has a very simple but strong and effective motivation for his quest to achieve ultimate revenge, a direct opposite of Miles' representation. Spot represents hate while Miles represents love. Thank goodness they know to not let Spot has a very heavy screen time in this movie because he doesn't have that much to do and the film knows that. Hopefully he will get more screen time next time. He probably will. Miguel has a very deep and profound backstory that backs up his insanity of controlling the multiverse and deciding who dies and who lives, which is a direct conflict with Miles' representation of love. And Miguel is basically a Batman ripoff. I just want to say, I don't know if he's like that in the comic book, but in the film, when I'm watching, he's basically Batman. They even brought in the alleyway getting shot type of thing. Like, come on, man. The score is also pitch perfect and also foreshadowing the story path that is about to go down. It enhances the scene, amplifies every emotional turmoil, every hard decision, every time someone gives out on talking. Every time the score hits, you feel what the characters are going through. What's a superhero movie without some action? And surprisingly, with so much character development and story, there is still a lot of action in the film. That alone already proves how great the script is. Every action scene carried a purpose to either provide information for the story or challenge the character's core idea. Upon all that, the action itself is truly sensational. Put the amazing animation aside, all of them had me at the edge of my seat with just sheer stakes and drama, which are the most important elements of an action sequences. Action without story is just movements, and thank God this movie doesn't do that. No matter if it's saving civilians or hundreds and thousands of Spider-Man chasing Miles, all of them serve a purpose and are integral to the story and its growth underneath all those beautiful animations. The designs are also chaotic but shown on screen with an excellent camera work that makes me see all of it clearly and understand what character is at what place and what is everyone doing. And I always love movies that uses drama as their climax, like First Blood, and this movie sort of did that as well. We got a major action scenes, a very long one. Then the character's resolution is what carries the whole climax. And due to the story already making me care about them so much, it worked. And in the end, I just sat on the chair, craving more and not necessarily for the action, but for the character's journey. What more do I need to say to convince you that this movie is already one of the greatest movies of all time? Not just superhero movies, just movie in general. This is the best movie I've ever seen in a theater, and none of the other movies come even close to this one. This is The Empire Strikes Back of the Spider-Man franchise. One of the greatest superhero movies, one of the greatest movie, one of the greatest sequel, and definitely the best Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. Spider-Man 2, Tom Holland's trilogy, this movie makes those look like normal weekend blockbuster, baby. To be honest, after being busy for a week, I was kinda getting lazy and slowed down significantly on the uploads of this channel, partly due to the videos not getting views and my other channel getting so many views and subscribers. I was starting to shift my priority over to that channel, but this movie brought me back. It makes me remember why I started this channel before the other channel. It's because I love seeing a story being told in the best possible way, and it makes me drop the Willow video and immediately start working on this one. Poor Willow. Sorry, Disney. Nope. You know what? I'm not sorry, because this stuff is trash. Sorry. Got carried away. Sorry. Not gonna bash Disney in this video. I want you to focus on how amazing this Spider-Man movie is. I mean, I don't give out 9.0 every day. I can list down the films that I feel like deserves a 9 from me, and the list is kinda short. So high praise for this one. Can't wait for the next one, but take your time as much as you need. Don't rush it. I can wait. Go watch it if you haven't. You won't regret it.
Move along.